Do you think that having an LLC or an S corp or any other of those state controlled entities are protecting your assets? Does limited liability mean something to you? Well, if you think that you're protected, I'm here to tell you that you're not. You're not fully protected. And I'm going to be talking to you guys tonight about how you can do that asset protection, probate avoidance with trust. And I've got a special guest of mine coming on tonight, Tommy Jones of Wealth Through Real Estate. And he and I are going to be talking about how we're going to show you guys not only how to build wealth through real estate, but protect that wealth and pass it down. So hit that like button. And if you're new to following me and you feel like we bring you some value, I want you to be a player about it and hit that follow button. Let's go.
It's a good look.
Oh, there we go. Okay, what's up, everybody? So it's Friday evening, 7 o'clock Central. I've got my guy on here, Tommy Jones of Wealth Through Real Estate out of Dallas, Texas, right down the road from me. Tommy, thanks for joining me tonight, man, to have this conversation. It's definitely a joy to have you, man. Tell the people a little bit, man, about yourself, man. What brought you here?
Yeah, man. Listen, I've been following Eugene for several months, man, and just the knowledge that you bring about asset protection and the importance of it. And I knew that not only in my personal real estate portfolio, which is pretty robust as far as multifamily as well as single family assets that I own, single family assets that I also do fix and flips. I just knew that this was something that I needed to add that extra layer of protection because, as you know, we work very, very hard to accumulate these assets, and we need to make sure that we have things in place to protect them, not only protect our assets, but protect our loved ones as well. So it was a no-brainer, man, when I got the opportunity to partner with you.
Okay. Now you said a few things there. So you said your robust portfolio, which yeah, okay. Tommy came on here. He's got his vacation shirt on. You look like a bag of money now. So you've actually been in real estate though. You've been a real estate professional for over 20 years in the game, and then you've been investing for over a decade in Dallas. So talk to me a little bit about your background, man. What you've done up to this point.
Yeah, so I've been a mortgage banker, a loan officer on the residential side for 25 years, and I still do that. And then I've been a real estate investor for the last 15 years. And over those 15 years, Gene, I've done a little over 330 flips. And so 3 years ago, I started a real estate mentoring program, and we have about 87 students around the country. The majority of them are in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, and we train them how to go get it, man. We train them, no pun intended. We train them how to do fix and flips. We train them how to buy and hold, how to wholesale, how to do creative financing, and then again. But when I saw what you were doing, it was a missing piece that I didn't even know was missing, right? As far as yeah, man. So I'm gonna give you your props, bro. It was a missing piece that I didn't even know that I was missing. And the more and more I followed you and talked to you, and you started to unpack the importance of trust and the importance of just maximum asset protection, it just made sense. Yeah, it just made sense, man, that I came and became a part of what you're doing.
Okay, all right. And I appreciate it, man. Now I saw you in the crowd at my live event that I had in February here in Houston. And I was like, okay, this is a new face. You know, there were some of my inner circle members there, and then there were some new people there. And by the end of the weekend, Jerry had told me a little bit about you. I was like, okay, this guy's gonna get in my inner circle. He's got to. Now this will be a great addition. And you actually got in my round table, which is a smaller group, higher level group of real estate professionals that are doing deals. And so to have you, in the Go Getter family community, and you're a go getter. A lot of,
Yeah.
I mean,
Thank you.
everybody is. Yeah, you definitely are. Now you stay out there getting it. I love it. I love it. That's why I got you on here, man. And
Yeah.
there you go. Um, y'all drop some flames in the comments for Tommy coming on here tonight with us. Hit that like button too. So Tommy, now you
Yeah.
kind of told a story. You kind of told a story at the live event. Now you've done over 300 some odd flips.
Yeah.
You've got buy and holds. You own
Yeah.
multifamily,
Yeah.
and then you also help new investors learn,
Correct.
how to invest. And
Correct.
you had heard some information at my live event that kind of pertained to a situation you were in with a mobile home.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So
You
what
remember that?
happened? Yeah, so what happened, I had done a sub two deal on a mobile home in Arkansas. So I acquired the asset for $12,000 was the balance on the loan. The monthly payment on it was $345, and she was 6 months behind. So
Mhm.
I gave her $2,500, and I extracted the 6 months of payments. So I think I netted her like $900 or whatever. But anyway, I took over the payments. We did a sub two deal. And so then I
Mm.
wrapped it, and then I did an owner finance. I sold it for
Mm.
45,000. Yeah, I sold it for
Mhm.
45,000 to
Mhm.
someone. And I did uh, a 30-year amortization with a 3-year balloon on it, Gene. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
and so everything was rocking and rolling real well, and I was
Mhm.
cash flowing. They were paying me like 650 a month, and then the note on it was like 345. So it was cash flowing 250, 200, $300 a month, right? And
Mhm. Mhm.
everything was going perfect for a year and a half, and then I get a
Mhm.
call out the blue from a trustee, a bankruptcy trustee, and it says,
Okay.
"Hey, the person that you're buying the mobile home from is filing bankruptcy, and we have to put this in the bankruptcy." And I said, "Why?" Because this bill is current. And he says, "Well,
Mhm.
we have to, that they will not do the bankruptcy without throwing this mobile home in there."
All
And
of their
so I
assets, right?
saw, yeah, so I went and started asking a lot of my friends around the country that
Mhm.
are in other sub two groups, quote unquote gurus, and nobody knew how to fix that problem, right? And so
Mhm.
luckily it was only a $12,000 exposure, so I just wrote a check and paid it
Right.
off. However,
Mhm. Uh-oh, you got a little choppy. You got a little chop. You're a little choppy, Tommy. You're a little
can you hear me
choppy.
now? Is that better? Is
Oh, yeah.
it better
Yep,
now?
we hear you. Yep, we hear you.
Okay.
So you said
Okay.
however, you got cut out at however what?
Yeah. So, however, that gave me a little pause and a little trepidation in continuing to grow my sub two portfolio, right? Because at that time, Gene, I had about three other. Yeah, I had three other sub two deals in my portfolio where the
Mhm.
balances were 250, 300, and like 289,000. So
Mm.
if those people ever filed bankruptcy, I would be exposed yet again, right? And so
Mm.
I was really, I kind of put that strategy on hold until I figured out how to maneuver around that. And day one
Yeah.
of your seminar, I
Mm.
asked a question, and I thought I was throwing you a fastball, but it was almost like an underhand, it was almost like an underhand slow pitch because you knocked it out the park. And I was like, I texted my team right then and said, regardless of whatever the cost of his mentorship is, it just paid for itself, and I'm in. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
I've never told you the end part of that story, but yeah, that was my. I'm
Okay.
in. Yeah, I'm in.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So I wanna break this down in English for the viewers what Tommy just said, y'all. So because that was a heck of a situation. I mean, you were exposed after that happened, after that seller filed bankruptcy on that
Yeah.
mobile home, you were exposed with $1 million in loans that you had taken over to buy these
Correct.
houses, right? Which to
Correct.
me, this is the best way to buy real estate, is by taking over the existing loan or making the seller our bank and using owner financing. So what Tommy did was he bought a mobile home, and he bought it by taking over an existing loan on there of roughly, you said about 12,000.
About 12,000. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And so when he bought that, he didn't buy it, the way that I teach people to buy and the way that we do, which is the only bulletproof way to do a subject to. And so what happened to Tommy was he sold it for 45,000, but he became the bank and he owner financed it. So he sold it to his buyer on terms. His buyer was giving him payments. So that's free money. That's
Yeah.
pretty much free money and a free asset. And the loan stayed in the seller of the mobile home. It stayed in their name.
Correct.
Now, year and a half later, they filed bankruptcy. And now that mobile home goes into that bankruptcy action. If you bought it the way that these other gurus out here are teaching all around the country,
Correct.
right? And
Correct.
so what you're saying was, luckily it was only 12,000. So you just wrote a check because that was a mobile home. But
Correct.
you had 3 other subject to deals that, got accumulate to about $1 million. So
Correct.
that's a lot of exposure. It's hard to write a check for $1 million.
That part.
So,
Yeah.
yes. So I do got to say this. All the people out there doing subject to deals, which is a great way to buy, a great way to become an investor, slightly sophisticated. If you're not doing it by buying in land trust, what happened to Tommy and what he moved away from in subject to, because he didn't know this way, until he met me, you are in danger if your seller files bankruptcy of that house being put into that bankruptcy action, no matter if you have a buyer in there or whatever you're doing with it. So that's some exposure. Tommy asked that question. I told him how we buy in land trust, asset protection. That solved that problem like that.
Yeah.
What that make you think about now, brother, when that happened?
Well, let me say this, right? So, as a result of attending your training in February of this year, that one strategy, Gene, that one nuance will add an additional 6-figure revenue stream to my overall portfolio this calendar year.
Ooh, man.
Yeah.
Now, I want y'all to chew on that for a minute. And Tommy's serious when he says that, because we actually came on tonight because I'll be in Dallas, Texas. Tommy's bringing me up there. I'm actually flying up there tonight as well, but I'll be there May 4th, Saturday, May 4th, for a special free workshop that we have for the people, because Tommy believes in the strategy, so much, and it's helped him so much already. He wants to bring it to y'all. So Tommy, you want to talk to him a little bit about what we got going on May 4th?
Yeah, man. So listen, you need to be in the room May 4th, right? We're going to be at the Arlington Board of Realtors. I'm bringing up my mentor. And let me say this, guys, for those of you that are out here and you're looking for a coach, if your coach doesn't have a coach, right? If your coach can't give you receipts of what he or she is doing, and they're not just sitting in front of a green screen and reading stuff off YouTube or reading stuff out of some book, but they're not actually in the dirt, in the mud doing it, then you need to run from them as fast as you can. Right. So I told Gene, you have got to come talk to my ecosystem. You have got to come talk to my tribe. You have got to come talk to my people and the communities that I serve. So we are doing a free event. Right. And I'm telling you guys, listen, let me tell you some, let me brag on this dude, because he doesn't do a good job of bragging on himself. Right. Gene Boykin is one of the top thought leaders in this asset protection space anywhere in the country. And I promise you, there will not be many more opportunities like this to get an audience with him for him doing this at this price, which is free. Right. And let me say this. If you don't attend, it could cost you everything that you work for. I'm going to be sharing on Saturday, May 4th, some real live case studies of houses that I've already purchased or I'm in the process of purchasing that would not have been in the distressed situation that they are in if they simply would have knew about land trust. if they simply would have known about the protection and the game that Gene is going to be giving for free on Saturday, May 4th at the Arlington Board of Realtors. I think my team and Gene team has a link in the bio or whatever for you
Yep.
guys to sign up. You owe it to
Hmm.
yourself, right? Because true wealth is not only obtained, but it has to be protected. And Gene Boykin has the strategies to show you how to get it and how to keep it, and then, but more importantly, how to pass it on. So, as
Yeah.
a result of me joining the Go Getter family, as a result of me getting Gene as my mentor, my kids, Miles and Madison, who he hasn't had the privilege of meeting yet, their futures are secure. And not only are their futures secure, Gene, the great great grandchildren that I will never have the privilege of meeting,
Mhm.
their futures are also secure because of the teaching that you teach, man. And thank you for that.
Man, that I'm very humbled, man, very humbled, and it's my pleasure to be able to give this information, to the people the way that I'm able to at this point. And you're right, there it's going to be a little harder to reach me as
Yeah,
time goes on, but it is what it is right now. And I got to say this about Tommy, because I don't bring a lot of people onto my platforms to talk to my people about real estate, or if they got a course or a mentorship, because I know what's out there in the world,
yeah, yeah.
and so Tommy's tried and proven, tried and proven. And one thing about real estate is if you're able to survive day to day, you're naturally going to thrive.
Yeah.
You're naturally going to thrive if you're able to survive. And so Tommy, being who he is, having the good sense to be open to getting a mentor, a new mentor after being in the game for such a long time, shows who more so who he is than who I am, right? So that's why he's on here tonight, and that's why I'm coming to Dallas, because these situations, it is really a problem, in our community.
Yeah.
People not having estate planning and asset protection, and we work hard for these assets, and so there's a different game that is being played, but it is not as sophisticated and as difficult as it is made out to be. So
Correct.
we're going to be talking to people about how they can actually construct their legacy, right? It's legacy architecture. And so, because if you don't have that, then 1, 2 generations removed, all those things that we work so hard for, they're the average is 3 generations, and that's for multimillionaires. I mean, the Vanderbilts are no longer, even they're barely millionaires, hanging on to millionaires. And so it's, if we don't plan our assets and our estate, somebody else is going to plan that for us, and
Yeah.
we're not going to like that plan. So May 4th, it's going to be what, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Yeah.
We've got a special moderator that's showing up too, I believe. Who is
Yeah.
that, Tommy?
Yeah, my girl Cleo Green from Channel 8, WFAA Channel 8, she's going to come. She has a heartbeat for our community. So when she found out that we were doing this, she was very, very emphatic about wanting to be a part. And so that's why Jean is flying up tonight so that we can
Yeah,
be on her news station tomorrow and get interviewed. But I'm telling you, man, let me say this. The way that wealth is now extracted out of the black and brown communities is no longer with a gun. It's no longer with a rope. It's with a pen.
right. Yes.
It's with a
Yes.
pen. And
Mhm.
so, guys, it was Harley Davidson that said, when you're writing your story, don't let anyone else hold your pen. So you need to be the
Ooh.
author, right, of your own story. So Gene is going to teach us on May 4th how to structure your legacy in a way that you protect your assets and your loved ones long after you've transitioned.
Absolutely. And understand this, guys. So if we own assets in our name, if we own a home in our name, if we're a high W-2 income earner and we've got, a healthy bank account, or maybe we have CDs, a high yield savings account, right? Or we're a professional, a doctor, lawyer, an accountant even, or small business owner. If you have assets in your name or in LLCs, you are leaving yourself susceptible to a number of different variables that are not good. These are not good variables. And here's one example. So I work with a lot of people around the country who don't have estate planning. And so if you're in a partnership LLC, and your partner has a significant other, their significant other has a 50% interest in your partner's interests. So if anything happens, if their relationship strays, even that can put a strain on your business and your assets. And the thing about LLCs is they don't avoid probate. Trusts are the only entity that avoid probate actions altogether. There is no probate. We're mitigating our tax exposure as well, but the anonymity
Take a
and the
picture.
asset protection, yes, that's the thing for me. Being invisible out there until I want to be seen, it gives you a whole nother level of being able to sleep at night. So Tommy, I'm super excited, man, to come up to Dallas and talk to you, talk to your community, and just bring it to the people, man, to help you guys to grow your wealth while it's
Yeah, man.
protected.
Yeah, yeah. And so, and I'll use a sports analogy, Gene. Everybody knows it's defense that wins championships, not offense, right? And so,
Yeah.
as people of color, we have been taught, right, how to go get the bag, right? But
Mhm.
it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep and how much you protect. And that's the defense aspect of wealth attainment, right? I mean, we are
Mhm.
the largest group of people. We spend the most money. So the money ain't the problem,
Right.
right? It's the
Yep.
keeping of the money that's the problem.
Yep.
And that's what
Mhm.
we're going to be breaking down. And that's what we're going to be defunking and debunking on Saturday, May 4th at the Arlington Board of Realtors.
Absolutely. And so, since we're going to be at the Arlington Board of Realtors, we expect to have a lot of realtors there. I know we're making contact with brokerages around
Yeah,
Dallas to make you guys aware of this and what this will do for you as a realtor. So, there's two ways to go about it. You can learn how to do this, right? And take time and invest in yourself to learn, which some people do that. And then you're able to bring that another set of value to your clients, right? Not only helping them in their real estate transactions, but helping them to protect their assets and to have those assets and those homes not in their name, privately held, right? Or you can bring a favorite client of yours with you. There's a +1 when you do register for the event. So you can bring a favorite client or a professional colleague that you work with, whether it's an accountant, an attorney. We want them in the room because this is going to help you guys add a new wrinkle of adding revenue to what you do because of the
that's
value
right.
you'll be able to bring, you
That's
know.
right.
Yeah, so if you're not there and you're in real estate in Dallas, you're really doing yourself a disservice,
Right.
honestly. This information, it's not esoteric, but it has been suppressed. And
Yes.
it's been suppressed for a reason. It's the only right way to do subject to. It's the only entity that can avoid probate. So I'm going to give it to y'all on May 4th for free. And I think we're going to have a little lunch there too. Tommy, am I correct?
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm gonna have one of my favorite chefs in the house. And I mean we're gonna I mean my coach is coming to town. So I gotta set it out for you, man. I gotta roll out the
Hey,
red carpet for you.
yes, sir. Look, y'all knew Tommy wearing that shirt. Now this free workshop gonna be like it's gonna be like a party, right? But this is why, man, I love living life as it is now because
Yeah.
it's fun, but talking about big bags of money and assets and knowing that we're protected through thick and thin with that. So it is a good time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
but Tommy, man, I don't want to keep you too long. I know you're super busy. I appreciate you coming on tonight. Do you
No
got
problem,
any
man.
last words? Any last
Yeah.
words for the
Yeah.
people before we get
Yeah,
out of here?
man. Seriously, right? So, what I would say is that, we work very hard. We leave our families. We go to places where we go to places called work, where we are tolerated and not celebrated. The acronym for job is just over broke, right? They pay you enough to
Mhm.
keep you, right? They pay you just enough to keep you, right? So what we want to do is we want to help you indemnify, which is an insurance term, which means to make whole. We want to teach you that whatever you had to do to make the money, we want to show you how to grow the money. We want to show you how to protect the money. And then we want to show you how to pass to your loved ones. And all that's going to
Mhm.
happen on Saturday, May 4th at the Arlington Board of Realtors.
Yes, yes, and the link is in the description to register for that. There will be a submission form that you have to fill out. That's how you're going to be able to get your ticket. There's a limited amount of seats available for this free workshop, and I've got to say this: if you think about asset protection, protecting our money, and then being, having that anonymity. I mean, if there's a judgment levied against you, somebody sues you frivolously, right? That is now attached to anything that's in your name, any
Correct.
asset. So if you're a professional athlete and you're getting these reasonably sized checks every 2 weeks, I know in the NBA that's what they do. You should have a trust bank account. You should have those checks being deposited directly into your trust bank account that you control. But guess what? It's not in your name. So if somebody comes after you for child support, there's a judgment that's not attached to your money. Okay. If you're a business owner, if you're representing professional athletes, I mean, the list goes on. It could go on for days. So, guys, I'm super excited to be able to bring this to you with Tommy in Dallas. This will be my first time in Dallas. I'm down in Houston, but I've heard Dallas is the truth now. So hey, don't make me choose, y'all. Please don't do this to me. Don't make me choose. But Tommy, man, I appreciate you coming on tonight. We'll be off and on here on the internet up until May 4th, bringing it to the people. But this is going to be something that could change the game, I feel like.
Oh, it's definitely a game changer. The information that you will be disseminating is definitely a game changer, man. Yeah.
My man. I appreciate you, man. Now, guys, don't forget to hit that like button. And Tommy, his links and information, there's some in the comments, and then will be in the descriptions as well. You can go check him out at Tommy Jones and Wealth Through Real Estate on all platforms. Go give him a follow. He's out there crushing it right now. I appreciate you guys coming on tonight, giving us your time. And you guys already know how I get down. Know what it is. Until next time, let's get to it, y'all.
I'm out here and I'm hustling for houses, and I just want to let you know that the universe is working.
I just had a realization.
I'm a problem solver. I'm a real estate professional, and I'm talking to the mortgage sides of the banks.
Like, this is something I want to learn and I want to do and I want to help.
I have my hustling for houses.
I'm getting so much out of learning just from the class and the videos. You know what I mean? And you're more like a life coach.
Trust your boy Gene at the Go Getter Family, because he's out here, he's doing his thing, and we about to follow that. Yes, the universe is opening up.
Just want to let you know that, and I'm doing really well.
The universe is working.
I take everything I learned in class and I apply it to my everyday life, and it's making my life so much better, bro. Like, just the way you handle people and the way you control the situation, easy now, easy for me.
Talk to y'all later, peace.